Big controversial moment in this game between Oregon and Utah Valley. But first, how about a good luck kiss? Come on, babe. Give me a good luck kiss. Oh, they're throwing them out. No, they're coming home. Out. This breakdown is brought to you by SeatGeek. The kiss worked. Ecstatic. They are ecstatic. They altered the game. So here's a slide and a play at home. And they're like, did he block the plate? I couldn't reach it. And they went and reviewed it, and they said, nah. And the catcher tosses the ball behind his back, and this fan says, bye-bye, bye-bye. Now, later on, 1st and 3rd, bottom 8th, hanging curve, bloop to left field. He camps under it. He grabs it. The runner's coming home. He airmails it. It looks like one hop off the glove. Kabang! Wow, the pitcher actually catches the ball in one bounce. Kind of just noticing that. It bounces up. Pitcher grabs it right there in one bounce. If he had not touched the plate, pitcher could have tagged him, but the umpire called safe, saying he did touch home plate already. Did he? He didn't. It's a premature call by the ump there. Wow. He did not touch home plate, but the ump called him safe. I wonder if this pitcher had run and tagged him right there, if he would have called him out, they could have reviewed it, gotten the out call, because I don't think he touched home yet. Neither did the kid. Ump called him safe prematurely, and now he can't tag him. Anyway, he doesn't ask the catcher if he's good. He doesn't say anything. He just runs away and celebrates, and the fans are just like, got rocked! You got rocked! You got rocked! Umps get together, and they're like, something seems wrong on this one. Catcher's like, what? Does my neck work? Yeah. Wish I had the ball. Okay. He's stuck leaning forward. His coach just always leaning forward, I found out. It's just something about him. And the ball beat him, but it was not grabbed. No real slide. We'll get into that. Barrel roll over the body. Bam. Catcher kind of like flicks him off with his knees. Then he goes to touch. Really wish the pitcher touched him. It would have been interesting to see. So they go to review it. And everyone's like, what could it be? This sport's so soft. I watch baseball for all the contact and the physicality. People lie and tell themselves that. It's a finesse sport. Safe at home, okay? They come back from the replay review and they say,
a video review, the catch in the outfield results in out number 1.
No duh. Get to the point.
The play at the plate, there's no obstruction, but the contact was malicious, resulting in an out and an ejection of number 77.
Did that umpire just deliver that news in the most fun way possible? Basically, a content machine. He comes out and says the first out was the fly ball that got caught. Everyone's like, okay, cool. And then he says there's no obstruction on the play, but he is out and ejected and can't play tomorrow either. So that Blue really he just toyed with that fan base. This kid can't believe it. What are you talking about? He's blocking the play. What's he supposed to do? Oh my God. Here's just a little comparison of the two plays that I showed you already. This is when the ball gets to the catcher. Both throws beat the runner. The other guy's already sliding head first. This guy not sliding, doesn't go down till really late. I don't know if you can really count it as a slide. Does run into the catcher who does not have a ball. So what we do have is a statement from NCAA, which I actually appreciate. It's thorough. It tells you exactly what happened. It runs through it. So number 1, why was this play not deemed obstruction by the catcher since he did not have the ball in the possession? And they go on to say, this would have been obstruction by the catcher had there not been a violation of the collision rule 8-7. So the collision rule overrides the obstruction rule. Okay, if that's what the rule says. What did the runner do during the play that could be considered malicious? Great question. And it says, the rule refers to flagrant or malicious contact. That does not mean that the contact was intentional or that the runner tried to injure the catcher. Maybe change the name, because malicious, you have intent. Usually that's what you think. Actions listed on page 91 in the note to this rule indicate that if the runner does not make a legal slide, which is buttocks and legs on the ground before contact, If that's really what the rule book says, every coach has to teach that, because that is, rules a lot of times have wiggle room. That has no wiggle room. Your butt and your leg have to be on the dirt before you make contact. If that's really in the rule book, every running coach in college or assistant coach should have a slide day where you teach that. And then it goes on to say, or make motions that show effort to avoid a collision trying to reach the plate. The rule should be enforced. And then they say they can't appeal it. I think what's going on is why they're making the rule this way is so you can't intimidate the catcher into a drop, footsteps Falco situation. You can't charge down the mound, and then veer off at the very last second to scare the catcher into dropping the ball. They want you to be committing to the slide before that can happen, and he did not. Now, I don't have a full database of college plays, but I do have a full database of MLB plays. That's much easier to find. And I wanted to see plays at the plate. When do guys usually hit the ground with their butt? When they slide it home on a close play. And up top, you're going to see this runner. And down below, his knee hits in the batter's box. The Oregon's knee would have hit at the very end of the batter's box, closest to home plate. His toe would have been like on the base by the time he slid. So I went and found every example of this to see where most guys slide. This guy, his knee's down before the batter's box on the bottom. And, again, he's not going into his slide until the batter's box. It's a late slide. I don't even know if it's a slide. It's not a slide. I know people are going to be mad at me about this because I think the general consensus on the internet was that this is a bullshit call. If that's the way the rules are written, I blame the coaches for not teaching the kids the rule. If it says you can't make contact with the catcher until your butt or knee is down on the dirt first, clear cut, easy ruling, like very easy ruling. And yeah, all the comparisons are just not, they just don't look the same. Guys are just down way earlier in all of these. Way earlier. There's another one. There's another one. Now that's the front of the base, which I think this kid was trying to do, maybe. Let's see. He just gave himself up. He's going to the back of the bag, and the catcher's way up. But yeah, knee down at the third base side of the batter's box. That's where most people are getting their knee down. Third base side of the batter's box. It's not what we have here. Knee down on the bottom, third base side of the batter's box. Knee down, third base side of the batter's box. Way before the third base side of the batter's box. Third base side of the batter's box. Third base side of the batter's box. Knee down. Yep. Okay, so this one's kind of later. He's got a lane. Yeah, okay. So this is what I found. Even if that catcher catches that, the collision rule would have still overrided the obstruction rule. Maybe that's confusing for some people. If he had caught it, it's not like then you get obstruction. The collision rule would have still overridden it because he did not avoid contact nor get down in time. And yeah, the MLB comparisons, again, that's all I have. I don't have a bunch of college footage to sort through. It's the same thing almost every time. Here he just kind of tries to evade. But it is knee down on the backside of the batter's box, which is not what happened here. That's the way the rule's written. I think, I don't know if he should get suspended the next game. I don't know if he has to be ejected. I think those are college rules because they really want it to be safe. But if they're trying to avoid this, they have a rule in place to avoid it. And this kid didn't do what the rule said. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring this breakdown. You can use code JOMBOY2025 for 10% off. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code JOMBOY2025. Thank you very much to SeatGeek. Thank you very much to you guys. See you later.